Hey guys, welcome to the first of a handful of recap videos from my recent 1,700 mile road trip through Arizona, Utah, and Colorado. In this video we are leaving Phoenix, Arizona in my 2002 Nissan Sentra SE-R Spec-V and heading north to the south rim of the Grand Canyon through some of Arizona's best driving roads. If you are unfamiliar with the car, be sure to check out my channel and subscribe if you are interested in seeing more. Made a quick pit stop in Wickenburg, Arizona to get some breakfast and grab this quick drone shot, then we were back on the road. This route is very popular with car enthusiasts who are looking for a nice day trip away from the city with cooler temperatures and fantastic driving roads. Shortly after passing through a small town called Congress, you begin the climb up what is known as the White Spar Highway. The ascent is a multi-lane and spacious road where you can maintain a higher pace, but the descent is actually elevated above the other lanes and is mostly a narrow single-lane affair that is quite fun if you decide to return to Phoenix on the same route. After driving through the towns of Yarnell and Wilhoit, you arrive at the first major section of road where things start to get interesting. This section of Highway 89 is what I refer to as Prescott Mountain. It's a tight, two-lane road that runs for 10 to 12 miles with almost non-stop corners. If you have never been on this road and would like to try it out, I do recommend trying to get here early or on a weekday to avoid traffic. There are not many places to pass and people do take it slowly. As you can tell from the video, I was taking it easy since I had a long trip ahead of me. I didn't feel like rushing anything, but I will definitely return soon to have another go at it. Once you reach the top, you arrive in the small town of Prescott, Arizona. I stopped briefly to take some drone shots near downtown, then headed towards the Highway 89-89A interchange after stopping to top off the fuel tank. After taking a left onto Highway 89A and reaching Mingus Mountain, the next fun road begins. This one also stretches for about 10 miles and ends at the old mining town of Jerome, Arizona. Same recommendations apply here, go early or on a weekday, and there are no separate passing lanes. Before arriving in Jerome, I stopped to get some drone shots of the Verde Central mine. This mine sits on a fenced-off national forest property, and entry on foot is considered trespassing. As you can tell by the size of the waste rock pile, the interior workings are quite substantial. The main shaft is 1,900 feet deep. Last operations here ceased in 1929, and the main commodities were copper, silver, and gold. Once in Jerome, if you hang a left at the fire station, it takes you to a parking lot in front of the massive United Verde mine. This mine was started in 1876 and stopped production officially in 1953. It had nearly 81 miles of underground workings before open pit mining started around 1920 due to a sulfur fire that halted production. Open pit operations stopped in 1940. The United Verde mine, along with the United Verde extension mine, yielded over 3.5 billion pounds of copper worth between $6 and $7 billion in today's money. Hey guys, so we are at what I think is pronounced Tuzigoot National Monument. We're just going to take a walk around and look at it. It's mostly rebuilt ruins from many moons ago. So here's some footage for you to take a look, and then we'll get back on the road. This place is definitely cool, and I do recommend a stop if you are in the area. However, I much prefer seeing old ruins that are still intact from when the original occupants created them. Stuff you find in alcoves, up high on cliff sides, or tucked away in a corner somewhere. With that said, we move on to tourist capital of Arizona, Sedona. It was much easier for me to get through here on a Tuesday morning. This place is usually packed on the weekends, and the traffic is almost always terrible. Continuing north on the 89A will take you through Oak Creek Canyon, some of the best scenery in the state. Very popular in the summertime due to lower temperatures, great camping, and opportunities to swim in the creek. finished the climb out of Oak Creek Canyon, the rain started to fall. Typically I try to keep my fun cars out of the rain so I can keep them as clean as possible underneath. Makes them a little easier to work on, but it is what it is. A short jog out of Oak Creek Canyon and we arrive in Flagstaff, Arizona. These drone shots were tricky because I had to submit a request for FAA approval to fly, but once I got into a spot they were happy with and I submit the request, it was approved immediately. After a couple stops for food and fuel, we're heading north out of Flagstaff on US 180. This is the slightly slower but more scenic route to the Grand Canyon. One last highway transfer from the 180 to the 64 and we're on the home stretch. With that said, we have arrived at the south rim of the Grand Canyon where we will be camping for the night. This will conclude day one of the trip, and I will leave you with some spectacular views of the Grand Canyon. Stay tuned for the next video where we complete the drive from here to Zion National Park in Utah. If you like what you see and are interested in more videos, make sure to subscribe for future releases. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.